Welcome to another edition of the Postgame Wrap. I'm Jarret Johnson, and the Red Raiders marched to their third consecutive victory with an 81-54 blowout of Iowa State. And there's a lot of things to consider with this victory, but I want to put all that on pause and recognize a truly great moment in Red Raider basketball history that occurred, Thursday night at the USA. It appeared that it was going to be, look, I don't want to take for granted winning any Big 12 game and beating such a storied program in Iowa State by that margin. But look, Iowa State only won 2 games on the season. The blowout was expected. Yes, it was a good win. But man, when student manager Tylarson was inserted in the game in the final minute, it was a special moment just in itself that he got to play. But the fact that not did they get him a shot, not did he make a bucket or anything like that, he drew a charge from a driving cyclone in the paint in the final minute of the game, which, I mean, let's face it, I wrote a story about it, we talked about it in the game thread, which some Red Raider fans were saying they were brought to tears by the moment. It was that big a deal. But a student manager getting to play in a game and then drawing a charge in a Big 12 basketball game really, in my mind, is the most Chris Beard thing ever. What a moment. Some background on Larson. First of all, he was a 2-time All-State player in Wyoming, back in the day, and he played junior college ball for a couple years, also in Wyoming, before becoming a student manager at Tech. Coach Beard said after the game that the plan was always, like, if possible, to get him in to play on a senior night, then he would. They got him certified eligible Thursday morning. Everything transferred, his credits. Everything was on the up and up. This is something they had planned for a while. The opportunity did present itself. And, man, I couldn't have played it out any better, to be honest. I mean, for him to draw a charge, I mean, that's what this whole program is about, is grit and the underdog and defense and drawing charges and all that. It was really a special moment. Now, Tylarson wants to become a grad assistant somewhere, and he's working on finishing his degree. And then he wants to become a grad assistant with hopes. His end goal is to become a Division I basketball coach down the line. So, but the thing with Larson now is he's going to be a part of Texas Tech basketball history. And Chris Beard, his lore, his history at Texas Tech, which he continues to blow my mind. Just when I think, like, how many things can he do? He's done. Like, he won a Big 12 title at Texas Tech. He took the Red Raiders to the Elite Eight, and people were like, oh, that was a great run. Then he doubled down and took them within seconds of winning the national title. Losing in overtime to Virginia, of course. But and now he keeps recruiting better than ever. There's all these crazy moments, and even in this post game presser, he went on a tangent about Buc-ee's when. Rockin' pregame radio show, my buddy Sean Dillon actually asked him about points in the paint, which was a good question, but he was wearing a Buc-ee's mask, and that, of course, drew Coach Beard's attention. And once we started talking about Buc-ee's, boy, he started just going off about what a big fan he is. So, I mean, the guy just, whether it be Whataburger or Buc-ee's or whatever, obviously West Texas and Texas Tech, the guy just gets it. He mentioned about, and the thing is, I think that people, I don't know if they're aware of it or not, but I've heard from recruits, I've heard from other coaches that with Texas Tech, if you're a player and you want to shoot at 2 a.m, you have a list of numbers of GAs or student managers you can call, and they're going to meet you up there. If you want to get shots up at 2 a.m, they're going to meet you up there. And this is very unique to Texas Tech. They have a large coaching staff. They have a lot of GAs, and their development and the way these guys are utilized, how hardworking they are, really sets Texas Tech apart. David Peavy, Micah Peavy, freshman starter on Texas Tech's team. His dad's a coach, Duncanville, won state titles there. Friend of Coach Beard's, actually, from a long time. Coach Beard was a grad assistant who coached him back in the day. So there's a lot of history there. But he said, look, and going to all programs all around the country, even some of the most impressive countries, his son Micah was a national recruit, that the thing that really set Texas Tech apart was their development and the way their coaching staff, these GAs, these student managers, like what all they do. And so for Beard to recognize and to get this guy in the game and for him to draw a charge, like I said, the most Chris Beard thing ever was, like I said, I run out of adjectives and ways to describe how Chris Beard blows my mind, and I can't believe really just how lucky Red Raider Nation is to have this guy as a head coach, and not just him, all the guys, all the people like a Tylarson that make this program special and have turned this program into an elite program on the national scene, a truly nationally relevant program. So, needless to say, they still played a game in technique to win. It was big, to pad that resume. Gave them 9 wins in the Big 12, so they're gonna finish with the winning record in the Big 12, which is no small feat this year with the way this gauntlet is. That is the Big 12 conference this year. So, then they're going to wrap the season in Waco against Baylor, who looks like Baylor again after a couple games to kind of get right, shake off the rust. They've beaten West Virginia, they've beaten Oklahoma State, and they look really formidable again. They look like one of the top teams in the country again. So that's 3 p.m. in Waco on Sunday, and that will be on ESPN. So, a couple quick highlights just over the game. Mac McClung was amazing with 20 points. 5 Red Raiders finished in double figures. It was a very similar blueprint to what we've seen here recently, where they shared the wealth. A lot of guys scored. Kyler Edwards was terrific again. Marcus Santos-Silva. Peavy, who I mentioned, was great. They played a lot of their guys off the bench, heavy minutes. They performed well. Tech played suffocating defense for most of the time. Now there was a little bit of a lull where Tech kind of lost concentration late in the first half, and boy, Beard got after all of them, and they turned it around. And they just blew Iowa State out in the second half. It was missing a couple players, and they were overmatched anyway. So Texas Tech is playing great basketball. It's the best basketball of the year. At the best possible time, really, March. And these kind of moments with Tylarson, the way because the crowd went crazy. The crowd was chanting MVP. The teammates mobbed Larson. Mac McClung tweeted out "GOAT" for Tylarson for a highlights package of that whole moment. So these are all just great moments for chemistry, and I'm really excited to see what happens, obviously in Waco on Sunday, and then let's see what happens in the Big 12 tournament, and then of course the big thing is March. What happens in the tournament, where so far Coach Beard has just been money, no matter where he's been at, and so I just can't wait for every domino to fall and to see every step in this journey of this Red Raider basketball team, which has been unique. This season has been unique for us all, hasn't it? So, but with that, I want to thank you for watching. And until next time.